Well, the NHL entry draft in Dallas has come to a close, Terry, and really we're now, in Kyle Dubas's words, open for business for free agency. And, you know, with John Tavares possibly on the market now, entertaining offers from as many as 5 teams, and we're led to believe that Toronto is one of those teams. What does this mean for the Leafs? Are they going to be in on arguably the best free agent forward and that I can never think of, really?
Yeah, well, certainly it certainly looks that way, Mike. And you know what? Lots of things happening here for the Leafs. Kyle Dubas, while not addressing Tavares specifically today, because of course he's not allowed to do that, saying, "Look, we have the cap space to add." So I asked him. I said, "Look, you got Matthews coming up next year. You have Marner coming up next year. You have Nylander to get done now. Can you still add a significant piece under the salary cap going forward in the next week or two?" And he was adamant that they can. They're working with roughly about $25 million right now, looking ahead to next season under the cap, Mike. And you know, again, they can't say it out loud, but you know what they think of Tavares, what they would like to do with Tavares, presumably. And you have a middle where you've got Austin Matthews, John Tavares, and Nazem Kadri. That's pretty formidable for any opponent in the National Hockey League.
And I was thinking about that. Like, obviously the depth is important. Like, you watch Washington, they had Kuznetsov, Backstrom, then Lars Eller, and then even Jay Beagle as a fourth-line center. And obviously that's where you build your championship teams. Yep. But you look at Toronto's defense, and aside from Morgan Rielly, and we don't know what Nikita Zaitsev is going to bring next season, is going after that center, in your mind, the best move right now, or should they go after one of the defensemen that might be available?
Well, I think it's the best move available, because as far as free agency goes, there aren't those people out there. And we're thinking,
in terms of a defenseman?
Right, yeah. And we're thinking John Carlson's going to resign with the Washington Capitals. Not that I don't think he was really on the Leafs' radar anyway, because it's not necessarily what they need. But listen, when you're building a team like this, you want to have the goaltending and that spine up the middle. And the Leafs need that center. And you know, the thing is, Mike, Zaitsev didn't have a great year. I think he's going to be better next year. Morgan Rielly should be as good as he just was. But they've got to build up the middle. And if you do that with Tavares, I think you're much better off than worrying about using that money to go after a defenseman or two.
Yeah, it should be an interesting summer, and it should be an interesting 5 days. Like I said, that negotiation window opens, I think, midnight on Sunday night. So we'll see what the Leafs are able to accomplish throughout that period and the summer. For Post Media News, this is Terry Koshan. I'm Michael Tracos.